Hey, Ty here from Lava Fitness. We're going to do something a little bit different today, and we're going to show you how easy and efficient it is to join Lava 24 Fitness. So let's watch Carrie from start to finish when she becomes a new member of Lava and to get her health and fitness on the right track.
Hi, how's it going?
Pretty good, how about you?
Great, what can I help you with?
You know what, I'm interested in hearing about your membership.
Okay, all right, and you've never been here before?
I have not been here. I have friends who have memberships here, and so they recommended that I stop by and ask you a couple of questions.
Absolutely, yeah, I have a packet for you. All right, so you have a couple minutes here?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. What I'm gonna have you do is take this packet, there's a table right behind you. Go ahead and flip through it, look through it. We're really just trying to get to understand you. Trying to decide whether a membership is better for you or team training, small group training. Small group training, we're able to put you in our facility and be able to train you personally. Okay, so go ahead and fill that out, and I'm gonna grab Anna. Anna does our assessments, and she's gonna help you through that packet, okay?
Okay, and about how long you think it'll take to sit with Anna?
Yep, for you filling out this packet, it's only gonna take a few minutes, and then once I grab Anna, 10, 15 minutes for her to understand kind of your goals.
Sounds great.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Carrie. I'm Anna. I'm the Director of Assessments.
Hi, Anna. Good to meet you.
It's wonderful to meet you. How are you doing today, and what brought you in?
Well, you know, I have a few friends who are already members here,
Okay.
and they've really been encouraging me to come by and just look at what your membership opportunities are, so I thought I'd do that today.
Great. Okay. Well, we basically had you fill out just this little homework. It's just a questionnaire of, your background, your health history, and stuff like that. So I'm going to kind of go through this a little bit with you.
All right, sounds good.
So let's see here, your health history, some nutritional related questions, and I'm going to go over this stuff more in depth depending on what we decide to do.
Okay.
So just real quick here, how often do you normally currently exercise or do any kind of physical activity? It could be walking, it could be yard work.
The answer is probably not enough.
Okay.
But I would say that I walk on average about maybe when I'm out for a walk, not including just day-to-day, getting around, probably about 10 miles, and then I bike about 50 to 75 miles a week.
Awesome job. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go a little bit more in depth. So if you were looking to have the perfect routine, the perfect exercise routine, what would you want? So the days in the week, whether it be a personal trainer, group exercise, or you just coming in here and following a routine, what days would you like off? What would you
I feel like I could commit to 3 to 4 days, a short amount of time, not more than an hour.
Okay.
That's something that I wanted to ask you. I mean, do you feel like I would need to actually hire a trainer, or what do you think?
It really depends on your preferences and on your goals. So we do currently have personal training, but what I do really recommend is small group training, because a lot of the times that's usually the most efficient and effective way of meeting those goals. Because for one thing, you're paying a little bit less because you're sharing the cost of a personal trainer between a bunch of clients. So it's a little bit cheaper, and you have all the encouragement of all of your peers surrounding you, and it's a lot more effective.
And then are there set times for those small group trainings?
Yes, we have a variety, and so we can look at the schedule to make sure that it fits your needs.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm typically not a group person.
Okay.
I'm not really a team player in that sense where I have exercised with other people, but you could probably convince me, especially if I see results, that would be appealing.
Small group training is only about 3 to 4 people.
Oh,
and so you can
good.
make your connections, make friends. Maybe even your friends will want to join with you and take those classes with you. So a lot of the times the personal trainer, they're going to be able to make those connections for you and make you feel really, really comfortable. Okay. So let's see here. What are some of your top 3 goals that you're wanting to achieve or attain within the next 3 to 12 months?
I'd like to lose a little weight and maintain it. I would like to firm up my lower body, all over, but if I had to tell you one particular, isolated area, it would be my lower body.
Okay.
And I just feel like I'd really like to work on endurance and good cardio and, you know, maybe take something up to the next level as well.
Small group training would be perfect for you. I truly believe that. I mean, now if you decided that you didn't feel comfortable in a group setting, in those 3 to 4 people, you know, maybe we could look into personal training, individual one-on-one. But I think that truly that would help you meet your goals. You'd feel comfortable, and you'd have all the encouragement of your peers.
And then, okay, so typically what would the small group training, like typically what might a session be like? What would it involve?
It's usually a pretty short one, so basically a full body. And depending on your level, I'm going to decide or help you figure out what classes would be good for you.
And then, what might be an example of some of the actual routines that we would do in the small, based on what you,
so
after the assessment?
It's like a circuit. Okay. So you might do some squats, some rows, some push-ups, and depending on your level of fitness, all exercises can be modified according to your fitness level. So never feel intimidated by anything, or never feel like you can't be challenged enough, because we can always modify it according to you. So yeah, you might have squats, you might have rows, you might do a bunch of more agility exercises, shuffles and stuff. So it really depends.
Yeah, you know, I have belonged to a gym in the past.
Okay.
And when I see this wonderful facility, I see things that I am so unfamiliar with, because it seems they've come into fashion in the last couple of years.
Well, very understandable. Don't worry about that, because the trainer would always show people how to use it correctly before you even touch it.
Well, that's good with me.
And they would ensure that you are doing it correctly, because we don't want anybody to hurt themselves, because that goes totally against the whole idea of exercising. Our whole mindset here at Lava 24 Fitness is that we want you exercising correctly and building on top of that, so that way down the road you're not going to hurt yourself and eventually end out in physical therapy.
And I did notice you do have that facility here as well, and that you've really established yourself within within the Low Country as one of the premier venues for physical therapy. So that's
we
good
have
to
an
know.
Excellent physical therapy unit. So basically people can come in here if they have to use physical therapy, and then eventually they can ease out onto the gym, and we'll provide all of the options to get them to that higher level of fitness after they've had their injury. Maybe they haven't developed correctly through the years. We're going to help straighten that out for them and meet their goals.
And I feel like also one thing I've noticed.
All right, Carrie. Well, the next step in this assessment process, since you've already done all of your homework and I can look back at this later, I'm going to actually go ahead and get your height and your weight, and then your age, and then we're going to do a body fat percentage as well as your BMI.
Okay.
It's real quick and easy. And
Is everything confidential?
Oh yes, everything's confidential. And then we're going to do a quick little functional movement screening. So I'm going to take you through a few little exercises and stuff, and then we'll determine where you are currently at, so that way we can put you in the right exercise classes or small group training.
Sounds good.
All right. All right, Carrie, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go get the arm run so we can test your body fat percentage and your BMI. And then I also forgot to mention we're going to take your blood pressure.
All right, sounds good.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
All right, Carrie. First things first, let's go ahead and get your blood pressure. So if I could have you put your arm just flat out on the table and just rest it there. Sorry about that. And just rest it on the table. There you go. All right, great. Got your values. You're at 111 over 70. Okay. And then your pulse is also at 70. All right. So I'm going to write those down real quick. And then let's go ahead and get your body fat percentage and your BMI. So I'm going to input some of these values.
Okay.
Just real quick. All right, all set. So I'm just gonna have you hold it right here, thumbs pointing up, clouds going around those handles.
Like that?
Yes. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and have you stand up.
Okay.
There you go, perfect, right there. And I'm gonna start it. Great, all right, so you can go ahead and let go. So your body fat percentage, we're looking at 25.5%, and then your BMI is at 24, which is normal.
Okay, that's good.
All right, so from here, we've got all these values, and then we're gonna move on to the functional movement screening, okay? All right. So I can go.
Stay with us here. I'm going to go run and trim my beard a little bit, and we'll be right back to see how Carrie progresses through her functional movement screen. Hey guys, welcome back. Let's go back to following Carrie as she's with Anna to complete her FMS evaluation. That's the functional movement screening, and then she will start in her first small group training session here at LAVA.
All right, so within our assessment, we have a functional movement screening. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Carrie through this real quick. All right, Carrie, you wanna go ahead and begin?
Sure.
All right, so the first thing I'm gonna have you do is an overhead squat. So I'm gonna have you line your heels up, shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out away from the body. Heels back against this bar. And I'm sorry, step back just a second. You're gonna extend this bar overhead, and you're gonna push your hips back and down, bending at the knees into a 90-degree squat, still holding this bar overhead, and then exhale, stand back up. Okay, so I'm gonna analyze your movement and give you a score based on how you do.
About like this?
Perfect.
Okay, and hold it up like that.
Yes, and now you're gonna, so push those hips back and down, there you go.
90 degrees?
Yes, you are, just as far as you can go, actually. And then stand back up. Great job. The next one is gonna be a lunge. So I've measured, I'm gonna measure from your heel all the way up to here. Right, so we're here and you're at 19. So I've already moved these according to that. Perfect. So I'm gonna have you line your left foot up with that 0 line, and then I want you to take this right foot and take a stride that's longer than 19 inches.
Okay.
Okay? You're gonna step out, bend that back knee down to the ground, front knee lines up with that front heel. You're gonna stand back up, step back to center.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do the other side.
All right. So left foot here and then over.
Yes.
One here.
There you go.
Does it go
It can go,
against this,
nope,
or
it
no?
can go even further past. There you go.
And then just go all the way down.
Yes, bend that back knee all the way down, keeping that chest lifted good. Now stand back up and then bring that right foot back to center. Awesome job. Okay, now for your left. Great job. Now stand back up. You look good. Great job. All right. All right, so our next one, I'm gonna bring this up vertically and we're gonna do a step over to really kind of measure your hamstring flexibility. So you're gonna kind of stand here behind this, feet or toes right up next to the bar, and you're gonna step over, keeping the chest lifted, and then step back. Other side. And then we're done.
Let's see if I can do this. Because I don't have my depth perception, I can't really see how high the string is from here.
Right. So just do it naturally, how you would normally do it.
Can't cheat.
All right, and don't
Pick
cheat.
it up with my hand?
Yeah, don't cheat.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna cheat.
Oh,
I
all right.
touched- I
So
touched
yeah,
the string.
tapping it would be a little bit, it would bring your score down.
All right, so I'm gonna try the left one.
Yep.
I went up to the side, didn't I? A little bit.
All right. Well, that just shows that we need to work on your hamstring flexibility, okay? All right. Score again. Okay, the next one's actually going to be a shoulder mobility one. So I'm going to have you reach up with your right arm overhead. left arm, and then you're gonna bend that right arm back and reach as far as you can to try and touch your fingers. All right, so raise that right arm up overhead, left arm goes back, palm facing out, and then bend that right arm back. Try and reach and touch your fingers as far as you can. Now turn back. Great, okay, now let's do the other side. So left arm up, and then bend back and reach. And how's that look? All right. So that just means that we need to work a little bit more on your shoulder mobility. Okay. All right, so next we're gonna do a plank. So with this bar all the way across your back, you're gonna hold it as long as you can, max is 2 minutes. And once this starts to teeter-totter and fall off, that stops your time, okay? All right, so at plank, we're gonna rest here on the mat, elbows directly underneath your chest, hands, palms facing down, feet together, back long and straight, but down. And then you're gonna elongate that neck so that this bar is gonna touch it. And I'll tell you where you're at. All right, so when you're ready, I'm gonna place this bar on your back. You got it. Timing it right now.
It was my ponytail that did that.
Oh. You're holding strong. Okay. All right, good job. Hands directly underneath your chest, knees directly underneath your hips. We're gonna do a bird dog. In fact, I could probably do it. All right. So from here, we're gonna extend opposite arm and leg straight out in front and behind. Bring it back, elbow tucks in to knee, touch, extend back out, bring it down to the ground, other side. So if this bar falls off, I have failed. And I did. All right, on one side, I'm just not as good. Okay. All right, Carrie, are you ready? Okay.
So does it matter what side you do first?
Nope, you choose.
So just extend.
Great job. Now bring it in and crunch in. Still keeping that back nice and flat. Good job. Now extend back.
Okay.
My goodness. Now bring it back down to the ground. Awesome job. Other side. Good job. Crunch in. Hold strong. Keep it steady. Oh. That was great. Now bring it back down. Relax. You did awesome.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Great job. Much better than I did. All right. So you got a great score on that. So I'm going to tally these up, and based on how your score is here, that will determine what little exercise program that we put you on here. And then that way we're going to help determine what exercise classes or the small group training classes would be perfect for you. All right, Carrie, we finished early, so would you like to go ahead and start your small group training today?
Sign me up.
Great, we got one at 11.
Carrie did pretty good on her FMS evaluation. Not that she could fail, there are no failures in that. Remember, we only need those scores so we can review it. So Anna reviewed her scores, and she decided that her best class to start out in is the meta burn. So let's take a look and see how she's doing in her first session. Now this meta burn is going to be something different. A lot of people, they do their strength training with weights, while others do cardio or aerobics. Somewhere in between is our meta burn. This is the ultimate fat loss workout. Some of these tools and techniques and exercises might seem a little new to you, but many have been around for like 100 years, okay? So we're still staying with the basics. Not only will you burn up to 1,000 calories in this session, but you'll continue to burn fat and calories up to 48 hours after your workout is done. Think about that, 48 hours, 2 days after. Thus, it's called the meta burn effect. These movements now, they all complement each other. A lot of times we'll have 3 in a row, many times we'll have 2 in a row, so we can keep it basic. But every movement is going to complement each other, from a vertical press to a horizontal pull, to a horizontal push, to a vertical press. Always hitting the core, Always, always, always stay in conditioning with the legs. This way we keep the heart rate up, thus giving you the meta burn. I love repeating that. Now Carrie is coming into this class raw, meaning she's starting out with just the basics. For every progression, that means advanced exercise we have, there's a regression. That means there's a way that we can notch it down. We have always 3 different levels that we can use. Now, keep in mind, we still want to keep our heart rate up and going, but one of my things that I love mostly is when people walk by on the turf or they come into the gym and they see some of these people doing exercises. They've come a long way in 2 months, they're moving great, they're moving big muscles, they're burning big calories, and I love to see these people look and they'll mouth, I can't do that, I can't do that. I see them say it all the time, and I love to look over and say, yes, you can. You can do that because we have a way to notch it down. All these exercises you can work your way up to. So we never just throw you into the fire and just make it hard on you. Even in a meta burn and even in our different classes, we can always have a way to regress it down. Carrie's starting out raw, but Carrie's going to be moving. She's going to be feeling much better after 2 to 3 weeks of this. And I always emphasize, she can do this 2 to 3 times a week for 2 to 3 weeks, and she's going to get changes. From the technique aspect, form first, right? We're really big sticklers here of that at Lava. We don't just give you 2 exercises and just beat you to death with them, all right? We always make sure we have full body coverage. We're going through all the different movements, like I said, going back to the complementary movements. And our key is binding. We call that binding, and you can do this at home. Practice taking your belly button, tightening it, and pulling it back to your spine. That's called binding. Every technique and exercise we take her through, we're going to remind her to bind. We're going to remind her to breathe properly. 5 seconds inhale through the nose, 5 seconds exhale through the mouth. That way, that's naturally going to keep your core contracted. So that's why we have a professional certified trainer with you with experience that's not only certified but also qualified to keep reminding you of these techniques and cues. And that's the point, people. Good trainers even need trainers as well because we get tired and our form breaks down. We're really big on that here, and we're always going to make sure that safety comes first. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed today's episode and have a better understanding of how we treat our clients here at Lava with much focus and personal attention. Remember, we only want the best and safest results for you. That way we can brag on you. When we brag on you, you brag on us. Everybody's bragging on each other. Whole lot of bragging going on. Be sure to tune in next week when we show you the differences in our sessions between the meta burn, fundamental fit, and the total strength. All 3 of those have a different technique and method to them. There's a method to our madness. And remember, a 1-hour workout is only 4% of your day. No excuses.